In a quiet village, a boy tried to help his sister with a bath. When he returned, she was gone, vanished without a trace. His mother was blamed, but years later, a haunting question remains. What secret was she hiding? On a warm spring day, 5-year-old Duong wanted to help his younger sister bathe. In their village, families used large pots over fires to heat water. Duong carefully filled the pot, lit the firewood, and set his sister in the warm water, mimicking what he'd seen adults do. Everything felt normal until a sudden stomachache sent him running to the bathroom. "Mom, keep an eye on the fire," he called, as his mother returned from the fields. The gentle crackling of the fire and a distant breeze filled the air as Duong hurried away. Little did he know that these mundane sounds would soon be replaced by an eerie silence that would haunt him for years to come. When Duong came back, the yard was eerily still. The fire was out, as if doused with water. His sister was nowhere to be seen. The pot stood empty, its contents a mystery. Confused and scared, he searched the house and yard, but she had disappeared. His mother was gone too. The next day, police arrived. Duong's mother turned herself in at the station, her face pale, her voice trembling. Through the bars, she whispered to Duong, "Son, be careful." The soft metallic creak of the cell door and his mother's faint whisper would echo in Duong's mind for years to come. What did she mean? What was he to be careful of? These questions would plague him, driving him to seek answers long after that fateful day. Soon after, police searched a hill near the village and found something buried, evidence tied to Duong's sister. The village was in shock, whispering that Duong's mother, Tuet Mai, was responsible. Some claimed they saw her sneaking away with a heavy sack that day. Police examined the house, collecting ashes from the stove and dirt near the pot, their faces puzzled. "This doesn't add up," one murmured. Duong's family fell. Apart, his uncle blamed his father. Arguments erupted, and Duong was sent to the city to start a new life. The rustling of leaves, hushed voices, and the distant sound of a shovel digging into the earth created an unsettling atmosphere. The once peaceful village had been transformed into a place of suspicion and fear. Neighbors who had once been friends now eyed each other warily, wondering what dark secrets might be hiding behind closed doors. As an adult, Duong reflected on that day. He realized the fire he lit may have been too strong, causing an accident he didn't understand as a child. His mother, finding the tragedy, chose to protect him from blame and the village's anger. She hid the truth and took responsibility. But her warning, "Be careful," still echoed in his mind. Why was she so afraid? Was she shielding him from the village, or from a truth about himself he couldn't face? The weight of uncertainty pressed heavily on Duong's shoulders. He found himself staring at old family photos, searching for clues in the frozen smiles and distant gazes. In the reflection of his window, he sometimes caught a glimpse of a shadowy figure, a reminder of the past that refused to let go. Duong's mind raced with possibilities. Had his mother truly committed a heinous act, or was she sacrificing herself to protect her son? The evidence seemed to point to her guilt, but something didn't sit right. Why would a loving mother suddenly turn on her own child? And if she was innocent, what really happened in those moments when Duong was away? He remembered the day in vivid detail, the warmth of the sun, the smell of the firewood, the sound of his sister's laughter as he helped her into the pot. It all seemed so innocent, so normal. But in the blink of an eye, everything had changed. His sister, gone. His mother, imprisoned. His family, torn apart. Duong couldn't shake the feeling that he was missing something crucial. He replayed the events in his mind over and over, searching for a detail he might have overlooked. The fire he had lit, had it truly been too strong? Could a simple mistake have led to such tragic consequences? He thought about his mother's words. Was she warning him about the dangers of the world? Or was there a deeper meaning? Perhaps she knew something about that day that she couldn't bring herself to tell him. Or maybe, just maybe, she was protecting him from a truth too terrible to face. As he delved deeper into his memories, Duong began to question everything he thought he knew. The village's whispers, once dismissed as gossip, now took on new significance. What if there was more to the story than anyone realized? What if the truth was something no one had considered? He remembered the police officers' puzzled expressions as they examined the scene. "This doesn't add up," one had said. What didn't add up? What clues had they found that cast doubt on the official story? Duong wished he could go back in time to see the evidence for himself, to understand what had really happened. The more he thought about it, the more convinced Duong became that there was more to the story than met the eye. His mother's sacrifice seemed too great, too absolute. Would she really have taken the blame for something she didn't do, even if it meant protecting her son? And if she had, what did that say about the true nature of the crime? Duong's mind wandered to darker possibilities. What if his mother's warning wasn't about protecting him from external threats, but from something within himself? Could there be a part of him, buried deep in his subconscious, that knew more about that day than he was willing to admit? He shuddered at the thought. Surely, he would remember if he had done something terrible. But then again, the human mind was capable of extraordinary feats of repression when faced with traumatic events. Could he have blocked out a memory too painful to bear? As he grappled with these questions, Duong realized that the truth might be more complex than he had ever imagined. Perhaps there was no single answer, no clear-cut villain or hero in this story. Maybe the reality lay somewhere in the murky middle ground, where good intentions and tragic circumstances collided to create an unsolvable mystery. The steaming pot dissolved into fog in Duong's mind, a symbol of the elusive truth he sought. Some secrets, it seemed, were destined to stay hidden forever. But that didn't mean he would stop searching for answers. Duong knew that his quest for the truth might never end. He might spend the rest of his life piecing together fragments of memories, chasing whispers and shadows, always wondering what really happened on that spring day so long ago. But he also knew that he owed it to his sister, to his mother, and to himself to keep trying. As he closed the photo album and turned away from the window, Duong made a silent promise. He would continue to dig, to question, to seek out the truth, no matter how painful or difficult it might be. Because sometimes, the most important mysteries are the ones that live within us, waiting to be unraveled. Was Tuet my A protector or hiding something darker? Hit like if this mystery gripped you. Subscribe and ring the bell for more eerie true crime stories. Share your thoughts. What was Tuet Mai's warning about? Comment below.